This is going to be a huge shoe, but what on earth does it have to do with the Statue of Liberty? And I'll be talking about that in today's video and taking you through it, talking about how there is not one, there's not two, but there's actually three different metals that play on this shoe. A lot of people looking for just that one. And also talking about the drop date. This is all over the place. What's your money on? When do you think these guys are going to drop? And what is the actual official name of this shoe? Because some people are going with Patina and some people are going with Light Army. So we'll get into all of that and more as we take a close-up look at the upcoming release of the Nike Air Jordan 1 HIgh Patina. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channelです。毎日アップするので、毎日見てください。And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today, we're doing a shoe that I don't like to make videos about. What? It's a Jordan 1. What are you talking about? Usually, I don't like to make videos about Jordan 1s because there are hundreds of videos out there better than this one. That's just a pure fact. This is a channel that's growing. It's not a channel that has grown, and we're trying to get that, get noticed by one of the sneaker stores here in Tokyo, Japan, and then get some kind of tie-up and then get shoes in hand more often. But when you get people out there, that are bringing out this shoe 3-4 weeks ahead of the drop date in hand and stuff like that, I don't stand a chance. But what I do have for you is information that other people might not have. Like I said, about this right here with the Statue of Liberty. And what you're looking at there is what everyone, including me, thinks about when they think of the Statue of Liberty. But it turns out, as we zoom out from that, that this is what I think it's this side, that this is what it actually looked like when it first went up, and it didn't take that many months for the weather to intervene and turn it green. I think I'm right in saying bronze turned to green. It might be copper turned to green. I'm guessing bronze though, and that plays a part in the shoe, and that's what patina is. That's the important kind of point about the Statue of Liberty. Generally speaking, patina means the way that the weather and the elements play havoc with certain metals like brass, copper, and bronze. And that effect, most often known, like and commonly seen with the Statue of Liberty, but also seen in rooftops that often look green because the metal has been affected by the weather and the elements. That's patina. Metal being affected by the elements is patina, and there are three different patinas on this shoe and not just one. But most people think of that Statue of Liberty thing when they think of patina, but it's not just a general statement about this shoe. Specifically, there are two places where that Statue of Liberty comes into this shoe and has an effect on the design, and we'll get into that today. And those other two, I suppose, because we've already got the green patina, but the other two metals on there, and also talk about the shoe itself and the detailing in that. So first things first, I asked you guys what the official name of these guys are, especially when we're looking at Light Army versus Patina. My money's on the Patina. I think the Light Army is just the colorway, but I have seen it called that in various different places. But I'm going with the Patina. If you guys have a difference of opinion or something you want to say about that, definitely hit me up with a comment down below. And then we get to the drop date, because it's been hard as a person who does daily drops every single day on YouTube, putting up videos. I try my hardest to bring you guys the most accurate information I can, but when it comes to sneaker drop dates for the last year or so, roughly the same amount of time as the pandemic, it's been very, very difficult to predict when they'll drop. Now these guys are slated in for March the 10th, and that's just where I want to be with my videos, doing it about 10 to 14 days ahead of the drop date to give you guys insight into what you're getting your feet on and paying your money for. So these guys are projected to drop on March the 10th, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's a hit or miss out there. So with that being said, that's the details of the shoe, the information about the name of the shoe and the drop date. Let's get into the actual colorway. I'm going to start with that two-tone effect from the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty used to look like one color, but now it looks very green. I suppose, I don't think it takes that long for bronze or copper or brass to turn green like that in weather, like a couple of months. It's not long at all, so there's no real point in trying to get the Statue of Liberty back to its original color, because it would take only a few months for it to fade back again to this green. But in terms of the sneaker, the important point is that it's green, and it's seen in three different places all of which are very important. Now I'm going to start with the simplest of them, which is the insole here, and you can see the black insole with that light limey green effect on it. Now a lot of people are saying out there that they don't understand the green on the shoe because they're overly focused on the brown on the outside, assuming that that's the patina, which it is, but then we also have a different patina in the green on the insole of these guys. So don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled by the people out there who are saying, you know, what's this green? It doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense on the shoe. In fact, I think it makes more sense than anywhere else. This is the purest patina of the three on this shoe. So we've got that light green on there, but that appears in two more places. One place, two ways. Let's go forward and have a look at the tongues. I can't find a particularly clear picture of the branding on the tongues there, but the 2 points that matter are the Nike branding, which again is in that lime green patina that we associate with the Statue of Liberty, but then more important than that is the oversized stitching that wraps around the the branding panel at the top of the tongues there, again in that lime green. So there's your 3 hits of patina green on the insole, on the branding on the tongue, and then the laces wrapped around. And the laces, what am I talking about? The stitching wrapped around that branding panel at the top of the tongue. So it does make sense. There have been places, different websites that have criticized that lime green on what is otherwise to them a beautiful and patinaed shoe. But for me, the lime green actually makes it and takes it to the next level. But there are 2 more different metals at play on the shoe. So if we're up high looking at the tongues and looking at the insoles, we might as well go down the ankle and down the heel and see that very metal effect that wraps the ankle support and down into the heel cup on the back of these things. And again, it's got that weathered kind of patinaed feel about it. So it's more of a silver now. We've had the green on the inside, which is more of your kind of browns and your bronze and coppers and stuff like that. Now we're onto the silver on the outside, which would be a different group of metals as well, and that's another weathered effect on the shoe. But we come forward from that, and the final one is that brown that most people are associating with the patina name, whereas I'm sticking by my guns and saying it's the lime green that's patina more than the brown on the outside. But the brown on the outside is class, and I truly mean that. It's class. These guys are very, very sophisticated Jordan 1s, you know what I'm saying? They're just a beautiful shoe, but they're classy. And the brown and the black that takes over the front 2/3 of the shoe, along the swoosh, along the midfoot, into the quarter line and down to the toe box there. A, the colours are beautiful, and B, if you have a real close-up look, which I hope we're having a look on the green screen here, as you can see that there's a weathered colour to the colours, but also a weathered feel to the leathers and the materials in there as well. And it all works really nicely together, that kind of metallic grey feel on the back half, and then the mahogany almost, it's a wooden feel almost, but it's aged. It's like an aged casket, like a whiskey barrel that's been aged for 20, 30 years. It's got that real aged feel about it, which makes them just a beautiful, classy shoe. 2 more things to look at. I say 3. I'm going to go for 3 because I want to go back up to, I didn't talk about in the ankles, that I truly appreciate the black Wings logo and the silver. I always talk about the different choices they could make there, where they could have made it brown, or they could have made it silver on silver, or could have made it black on silver as they did, or white on silver, or something like that. And the particular choice they went with on this, I appreciate it. Very much makes sense for the colorway and the narrative of the shoe. And then going down to the midsole, it's hard to see. Don't know if it will show up well on here, but these are actually sail midsoles, and that's a deal breaker for me. Is it a deal breaker in the yes, get them, or no, don't get them? It's a yes for me. If these had been white, I would have been put off by them, but it's a weathered shoe. It's an aged shoe. So you want something on the midsole section of it that sort of gives it that feel of age and class. And I think the sail does that. If it had been white, I don't think it would have worked. It would have been too bright, too clean, too new. But the sail gives it that effect of a little hint of age, but it's a very, very off sail, if you know what I'm saying. As you can see from the pictures here, it's not very clear to see. And sometimes the sail effect on midsoles is a lot sort of closer to cream than these guys are, but it definitely works. And then the final thing is a quick look on the outside and have a look at that full-on front to back black outsole, which completes the look of the shoe. Back out, looking at the whole shoe, Absolutely yes for me. This is a beautiful shoe. I love the hidden green patina on the insoles and up on the tongue there, and people actually misunderstanding that. The people misunderstanding that makes me more interested in getting the shoes. So for me, it's a great looking shoe coming out March 10th. Out here in Tokyo, Japan, it's always a challenge to see what you can and can't get your hands on. But this is one of the ones I definitely want to take a close-up look at and try and get my hands on. But also 2 days ago, there was the Nike Dunk High SB Dunk High, actually, carpet company, which I've seen on the sneakers app here. So if that's an option as well, might be an expensive month at the Tokyo Bar 23 sneaker channel, but it's worth it. For now though, it's time for me to just finish up this patina video, this aged look that I wear just for you. I dressed up old and cranky like this so I could give a patina video about this patina shoe. And it's a great shoe, beautiful shoe, one of the classiest shoes that you're going to see in the season. I definitely recommend getting your hands on these guys and trying to get them into your collections. So big yes from me, hopefully big yes from you too. For now though, time for me to finish up. This is the daily video, 7 days a week, every single day, 7 p.m. Japan time, dropping you this content. Appreciate you guys checking in. And I say this at the end of every single video, is that I do this every single day. And that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.